Step into my embrace of death, for your suffering will lessen. Step into my embrace of death, for your suffering will lessen. I sense them. These spikes will be stained with your blood. To attempt to outwit me, yet you still prove worthless. Gotcha! 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 A shame. I expected more from you. These spikes will be stained with your blood. Feed me my strength. The corruption burns inside me. Guide me to the lost spirits. These spikes will be stained with your blood. You are begging for death! You cannot escape my gaze! You cannot outrun me! Gotcha! Guide me to the lost. These spikes will be stained with your blood. Pity! A soldier dying with no honor! Step into my embrace of death, or your suffering will lessen. You cannot outrun me! A shame. I expected more from you. Bow before the shadows. They will be your only friend. Feed me my strength. The corruption burns inside me. I know you're out. Pity! A soldier dying with no honor! Step into my embrace of death, for your supper smell of uncorrupted flesh entices me. These spikes will be stained with your blood! My toys are hiding from me. Gotcha! No resurrection this time! The smell of uncorrupted flesh entices me. You cannot outrun me! No more mind games, traitor! These spikes will be stained with your blood!